Hey folks, I have Redmi Watch 4 in front of me, and in this video I'm going to show you unboxing, how to set up, and pretty much everything you need to know about this smartwatch. So without further ado, let's do this. In the box you will get the user manual, charging cable, and the smartwatch. Okay, so I have it out of the box. Now the next thing to do is to charge it. You should charge it for at least 30 minutes before you turn it on, because let's say you turn it on and you start your setup process, and in that process your smartwatch battery dies, turns off. This could actually sometimes create problems. So what you need to do here is to charge it for at least 30 minutes and then come back and join me into the setup process. Okay, so I have my power bank here and now I'm going to charge it. Once I start charging it, you will see that the smartwatch will turn on automatically. That's perfectly fine. Now leave it for about 30 minutes to charge and then come back so we can continue with the setup. Okay, now that the smartwatch is charged, the next thing on the list is going to be to choose the language. I already did that. And now you will get to this page. We need to scan this QR code and connect it to the smartwatch. Now, if for some reason charging it didn't turn it on, you can always press and hold the button for a few seconds. All right, now let's scan the QR code. And the way we do that is by using an app called QR code scanner. If you don't have this app, go to the App Store and install it for yourself. And then all you need to do is just to scan the QR code with the camera like this and tap on this link. Once you tap on the link, you will be sent to this page. Then tap on the download here, and then you will get redirected to your App Store where the app is located. So you can tap here on install to install this app. Now, if for some reason this QR code didn't work for you, you can always go to App Store and search for Mi Fitness app there, and then you can just install it from there. So both ways work fine. So now I'm going to tap on install to install the app. And once you install the app, tap on open. Okay, so before we continue, just make sure that your Bluetooth is on. My Bluetooth is on, so that's perfectly fine. I'm going to tap on start. Here I'm going to tap here that I have read and agreed to user agreement and privacy policy. Tap on agree. And now choose your location. And I'm going to choose here United Kingdom. Tap on next. And here I am in the app. So the next step is to connect the device. Tap here on the device. Tap on add the device. And then this app needs to transfer data to your via Bluetooth. Allow this, and then permission, you need to agree here. And then again tap on allow. Here you will choose Redmi Watch 4. And then you'll probably get this prompt here. You can see that on both screens we have the same number. So now you can tap here on pair and tap here on check. And here you will wait a little bit for them to connect. And here you will see actually that it's paired successfully. So after that, you can just press on start here, and that's pretty much it. The watch is ready to be used. Now on the last page here, we have a few things here that we need to do, but all of this can be done later. So actually, I suggest that you just skip this for now, tap here on done, and then continue. And with that, we are pretty much done. You have a few things here, just instructional slides. Tap on done. Sync all notifications. You can do this now or later. I'm just tap here on set, and then we need to choose Mi Fitness app. This is very important. Tap on Mi Fitness and allow access, allow again. And now we are allowing the smartphone to connect to the smartwatch and send notifications. So this is very important to do right away at the beginning. Tap on set, allow again, allow. The next step here is sync DND with phone. DND stands for don't disturb. That means that when the phone is on don't disturb, the smartwatch will be too. So it's really up to you if you want that. I'm going to tap on set. Now, if you get any options to update Redmi Watch 4, definitely do that. You want to always update your device. I have a prompt here for update, so I'm going to tap here on continue and tap here on download. During the update, make sure that your smartwatch is close to the smartphone. Once the update is done, just tap on continue, and you can see that we just had a vibration here, and yeah, and now we'll have to wait for the updating on the smartwatch. So let's wait for that. Okay, so I get a message here that it couldn't connect, and it says that to turn off the Bluetooth off and on again, or reboot your device. If it's updating, try again. And that's probably because the smartwatch is updating right now. So I'm going to wait for the update to be done, and then I'm going to try to reconnect again. Okay, now that the update is done, we can see that everything is working fine. We just need to connect it again. So if you have an option here which says connect, means that it's not connected, tap here and wait for the smartwatch to connect to the phone. And once you see here sync, that means that they are both connected together. And that's pretty much it. With this, we are successfully connected this smartwatch with the app. Okay, now let's check out the smartwatch. So here we have 1.97-inch AMOLED display with a HD resolution of 390 times 450 pixels, a 60 Hz refresh rate, and 600 nits peak brightness, which is all you need for a sunny day. The battery size is 470 mAh, which will give you about 15 days of battery life on normal use. The watch is 5 ATM water resistance, which means that the watch can be worn in swimming pools, while swimming near the shore, or during the shallow water activities. It cannot be used in hot showers, saunas, or when diving. The weight of the watch is 48.5 grams, and also keep in mind that there is no NFC chip on the international version, and that there are few apps missing here, which the Chinese version has. Nothing important really. On the side we have aluminum alloy frame. It's not plastic, so it adds a little bit of weight to the smartwatch and it gives it a premium look. We also have here a rotating crown button. On the other side we can see the speaker here, the microphone, charging magnets, and the sensors in the middle. The strap is super easy to replace. To take it out, just press here and pull, and to put it back, just press the strap until you hear the click. Alright, now let's check out the software. To see the watch face, you can turn the wrist, or you can press the button. While on the watch face, swiping up will take you to the quick access menu. Swiping down will take you to the notifications. Swiping to the left or to the right will take you to the widgets. While in the app, swiping right will take you one step backwards. Also, no matter where you find yourself, pressing the button will always take you to the watch face. Now, turning the button doesn't do anything on the watch face, but if you, for example, go to the widgets, you can change them by turning the button. Also, if you go to the apps, you can scroll here by turning the button. And once you turn the button, you will feel a little bit of vibration, so it does kind of feel nice. Also, if you find yourself in some kind of a menu or somewhere where you can scroll, you can always do that with the button. If your smartwatch is turned off, pressing and holding the button will turn it on. If the smartwatch is on, pressing and holding the button will start Alexa. This is something that can be turned off. Okay, now that we have covered basic navigation, let's go to the app list. To go to the app list, while on the watch face, press the button. The first app on the list is workout. We have here plus 50 different workouts. This is how it looks when you start a workout. You have an option to tap on go or warm up. Also you have here settings, so you can change certain things. You can go on tap here on goal and set your distance goal, time, calories. And then once you reach that goals, the watch is going to vibrate and notify you. You have interval training, so you can also do that. You have here alerts, so you can set an alert when you reach certain distance. Also, you can set alerts based on your heart rate. And this is also, you have, for example, if the heart rate becomes very high, right now it's turned on, that watch will alert you, and that heart rate is 190 beats per minute, but you can change that value here for yourself. You also have here hydration options. For example, you can turn this on, and then now after every 30 minutes you will get a hydration reminder to drink some water. So these are the options you have in the settings. And to start the workout, just press here on go. It says wait for GPS, but you don't have to wait. You can just start it. And once you start, this is how it looks like. So you have here the counter, meters, the heart rate, calories, and so on. If you swipe to the right, it will take you to this screen where you can pause it and you can stop it. If you go to the left, you have here your music controllers. So the music controller controls the music on the smartwatch, so you cannot really download music here and control it from the watch. Now, notice that I have started my workout. Now let's see if we can go to the watch face while the workout is running, and the answer is no. Once I press the button, it just pauses the workout, so you can resume it and stop it. I'm going to stop it. To do that, just press here and hold, and then tap on the end. So this is how the workout works. Now let's go back to the apps. The next app on the list is the history. This is just your workout history. Because I didn't do any workouts, I don't have anything here. The next is running, and again, this is just for basically the same things, but just for running specified. Again, we have the training state. This is something that's going to again measure your workouts and how long did you do those workouts and so on. So these four apps, the first four apps, are all about training and workouts and so on. The fifth app is the stats. So this is a basic app that shows you how many steps did you do today, how many calories, and so on. You can see that here are some limits. For example, here says 20 out of 400, 6,000 steps. So I'm aiming to do 6,000 steps a day and so on. This can be changed with the app. So if you go to the app and tap on the devices and then scroll down to the stats, here you have those limits. So if you want to increase that, you can set your count to, let's say, 11,000 steps. I want to do 11,000 steps per day, and now you can see it's changed here. I want to lose more calories, 800 calories, and now you can see it's changed again here. So that's how you can change that. Now let's go back. The next app on the list is the heart rate. And this is a simple app which measures your heart rate during the day. Now, if you go back to the app, and here in the list you can see heart rate, tap here. You have some options here. For example, continuous monitoring is set to smart. You can set this to every minute. That means that every minute your heart rate is going to be measured, every 10 minutes, every 30 minutes, and you can set it to off. If you set it to off, then you can just measure it manually with the watch whenever you want. Of course, all of this, keep in mind that when it measures, the more it measures, the more battery will waste. The second thing on the list is heart rate alarms. For example, you can set here, if my heart rate goes above 140 beats per minute, notify me. You can do the same for the low heart rate. So for example, 40 beats per minute, you will get now notifications with the smartwatch. So these are the settings for the heart rate app. Let's go back. Unlock your online potential with Hostinger's fast, secure, and affordable web hosting solutions. Click on the link below for an exclusive 20% off and start building your dream website today. The next app on the list is Vitality. This is again another app which just measures some data about how much did you move during the day and so on, and gives you a score. The next on the list below it is SPO. So this app measures your blood oxygen level, and it's super easy to do. Just put the watch on the arm and press start, and it's going to measure your blood oxygen level. The next app on the list is sleep. So this app shows you how long did you sleep last night. My data shows that I've slept almost 11 hours. just to explain myself, I'm a little bit sick, as you can probably hear from my voice. So that's why I slept so long. Of course, I don't sleep 11 hours every day. That would be ludicrous. But just to show you how this looks like, so you have a basic data here about your sleep, deep sleep, light sleep, wake-ups. You have also here data during the day, and you have the settings. If you go to settings, you have advanced monitoring, which is turned off. You can turn it on, and it says here when the feature is turned on, your device will track your REM sleep. So if you need that, you can turn that on. Also, you have here breathing score, so you can turn that on too. Now, if you go back to the app, tap on the devices, you can go here to sleep, tap on it, and you have same options here. So advanced monitoring and breathing score. So you can turn that with the app too. But if you go to the health here, here is all of your data and statistics. So you can tap here to see a little bit more about your sleep and heart rate and so on. The next app on the list is stress. So this app measures your stress level, and same with blood oxygen level. You will just put the watch on the wrist, press on start, and it will measure your stress level. Now again, if you go to the app and the devices, scroll down to the stress. Here you have certain options like all-day monitoring, and you can also turn on relax reminders. So this is where the smartwatch will kind of notify you that you need a little bit relax. You are too high on stress. The next app on the list is breathing exercise. This is just a simple app that kind of helps you relax. So it shows you that, okay, let's go. You need to inhale now, and you inhale deeply and then exhale and so on. And it does this for a minute. And of course, you can change it to make it a few minutes and so on. So it's just a simple breathing exercise app. The next on the list is Alexa, so you can control your Alexa with the smartwatch. As I already showed you, you have a microphone, you have a speaker, so you can definitely use it, but you have to connect it first. You have to set it up first with the app. So let's see how we can do that. To do that, just open the app, go to the devices, and then scroll all the way down to Amazon Alexa. And this is where you're going to have to log in into your Amazon Alexa profile. I'm going to tap on login with Alexa, continue, get started. Then I'm going to allow this. Okay. Now we have another screen which is positive. Start by saying, what's the weather? Okay, so these are just some options on how Alexa works. Tap here on continue and done. All right, so let's see if this works now. Do I need to press here? Okay, listening. What's the weather? Alexa, what's the weather? Wow, great. It even shows me the weather here, but I cannot hear it. Let me see. In the settings, the speaker is not turned off. So let's try that again. Alexa, what's the weather? Well, it looks like the response here is only with the text, so I cannot hear the Alexa with this smartwatch, but I can still control it, so I think that's a positive thing. Okay, so let's go to the next app. The next app on the list is the weather, and here it says that we need to connect it first, so let's go to the app. We need to allow that transmission of the weather to the smartwatch from here. Make sure that you are on the devices, scroll down and tap here on the weather, and then you'll have to turn this on and allow your smartphone to send these notifications. So allow all the time, and yeah, I'm going to tap now on back, and now we can see the weather here. So that's pretty much how simple it is. You can also choose your location. This is my location, so everything is fine here. So that's how the weather works. It shows you the weather outside. You can also scroll down, see the forecast for tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on. So yeah, okay, we can see also humidity, the wind, position of the sun on the sky. So there's a lot of data here, as you can see. So it's really useful app to have. Now let's go to the next app, and that's the calendar. So here we have a simple calendar. Now if I press on the calendar, it says turn on events in the app to sync. Now this is something strange because I really cannot find these events or how to turn them on. It looks like the Xiaomi forgot to add that option here, or maybe because it's an international version I cannot find it, but it appears to me that it's not here. So this is something that's a little bit strange. Also, if we go back, the next app on the list is the events, and here again I have the same problem. I simply cannot find events to turn them on. So let's go to the next app, and that's tasks. And this is a very simple app where you can set the tasks. Here I have just one task. I call it task 1. You can check it. And now it's in the list of the completed. And you can add these tasks here. So again, if you go to the devices and just scroll down to the task reminders, tap here, and you can add the task here. Press on check. And now not completed. Here it is. It's really simple as that. The next app on the list is favorite contacts. So if we tap here, it says add contacts in the app. So we have to go to the app, open the devices, and then just scroll down to the favorite contacts. Here it is. Tap on it, and here you can add some of the favorite contacts from your list. I'm going to tap my brother here, and you can see him here on the list. It's simple as that. So now if I want to call my brother, I can call him from the smartwatch directly. We'll see about that later. The next app on the list is the phone. So here you can see your missed calls. You can also enter someone's phone's number and then call them directly from here and talk to them through the smartwatch, but also through the phone, however you like. So this is another option. We'll see that later. The next app on the list is the music controller. And the way this app works is that it controls the music on the smartwatch. So this is why you cannot do anything here now. But if I go, for example, to YouTube and I open one of my playlists here, now you will see that I can go through this playlist and control it. So here it is. First, I'm going to pause the video. Actually, I cannot pause the commercial. And now I can control it from here. I can tap here on pause. I can resume it. I can tap here on next to go to the next. Let's see. Okay, go to the next. Now it opens the next thing on the list. I can also go backwards to the first video, and I can also control the audio level here. So I can increase the audio level by tapping on the plus, and I can also reduce it by tapping on the minus. So this is how the music control works. And in this example, I'm using YouTube, but it can also be any other app, really. The next app on the list is the camera, and this app allows you to use your smartwatch to control your camera. So to do that, obviously, you have to open your camera here. So let's do that. And once you open the camera, tap here on got it, and you can see you can have your shutter here. So now, for example, if let's put it like this, put my camera here, I can tap on the shutter, and you can see it takes the photo here. So I can also tap here on the timer, for example. The first option is 3 seconds. If I tap on the shutter now, it waits for 3 seconds and it takes the photo. And we can increase that up to 5 and turn it off. So that's how this app works. Okay, so the next app on the list is an alarm. Here you can add new alarms. You can add up to 10 alarms. And here you have a few options, for example, repetition, only once. You can make it daily, custom. You can check here which days you want this alarm to go off. And yeah, you also have smart wake, for example. This lets your watch choose within the 10 minutes window before your alarm to wake you up. So this is based on the, I think, heart rate. And the last option is to make it only vibration. So you already know there is a speaker here. Alarm is going to vibrate and create sound. But if you want only the vibration, you will turn this on. The next on the list is focus, and this is a simple counter that turns on DND. DND stands for don't disturb. So during this period, even if you get notifications, your smartwatch is not going to ring, it's not going to vibrate. So you will have kind of 25 minutes of peace to study or do whatever you want. The next on the list is a stopwatch, and it's a simple stopwatch, as you can see. You can pause it, play it. Also, if you want to go to the watch face, stopwatch cannot run in the background. So some of you are probably wondering, can it run in the background? Can I use different apps with this? The answer is no. Then we have the timer, and here we have some predefined timers. We can also make our own custom. So let's say 2 minutes, and here is the timer. And in the case of timer, you can actually go to the watch face and you can do whatever you like. You have a small icon here on the top which shows you that the timer is on, and you can also tap on that icon and directly from the watch face come to the timer. The next on the list is the wall clock, and here you can add, you already actually have certain locations. So let's say Sydney, and then I can add another one, Tokyo, and so on. So the next on the list is compass, and it shows that the north goes in this direction here. So let's test it out. I have a real compass here, so I'm going to see what this compass says. And yeah, the direction of the north is actually in this direction, so it appears to be quite correct. Below the compass we have Find Phone app. This app uses Bluetooth to find your phone, so if you lose your phone you can just tap here for search, and then as you can hear it, the smartwatch will use the Bluetooth connection to find your phone and make it ring. So this is very useful. Once you lose your phone, you can use the smartwatch to find it. Then below that we have the flashlight, and it's a simple flashlight. For example, if you need a little bit of light during the night, you want to go into the bathroom, you don't want to turn on the light, you can use the smartwatch to light out the room, and it really does create enough of the light for you to navigate through the dark room. And that was the last app in the list. Now we have settings, so let's go to the settings to see what we have here. First thing on the list is watch faces. So if we press here, we have an option to press and hold the screen to see our watch faces. So let's go back here, and if we press and hold, we can see that it takes us to this menu where we can choose a different watch face, and some of the watch faces also have, for example, if you tap on edit, they have certain options like style, and it changes the colors. You have here complications, so you can see 2 complications. For example, if I confirm this and I confirm this watch face, here it is. And then we have these 2 complications. So if I tap here, it opens this app. If I tap here, opens this app. So this is what the complications are, and this is how you change the watch face. Now, here are just few watch faces installed. If you want to have more, you will have to go to the app. And again, make sure that you go to devices and tap here on manage watch faces. And here you have many different options. These are your watch faces, which are already installed. If you tap here on online, you can scroll down and choose many out of many different watch faces, whichever one you like. Okay, so I kind of like this one, so I'm going to install it. To do that, tap on apply. And as you saw, installation was extremely fast, and you can see the watch face right away here. So this is how you can change your watch faces and install the new ones. Now let's go back to the settings, tap on the watch faces again and scroll down. Here you have another option, and this is the same option as we saw before, that is to choose which watch face you want. So I'm going to keep this one. Now let's go back to the settings. The next thing on the list is display. Here we have the brightness is set to auto. You can also turn this off and use the custom auto brightness, and whatever you set here will stay. The next thing on the list is auto lock. So we have it on 5 seconds. This here decides how long will you see the watch face when you turn the wrist or press the button to see the watch face, to see the clock, right? So by default it's 5 seconds, but you can increase it up to 60 seconds. After that we have raise to wake. Again, that's when you raise the wrist to see the watch. It's set to all day. You can turn it off or you can make it scheduled. So for example, you don't want that to work during the night. You can then make it so that it doesn't work during the night when you're sleeping, only during the day. The next option is screen on for, and you can choose here, for example, I'm going to choose for 20 minutes because I'm doing this demonstration, and now the screen is going to stay on for 20 minutes. A cover to sleep is on. This means that if you cover the smartwatch completely, it's going to put it to sleep. Tap to wake. If you turn it on and your smartwatch is sleeping, you can just tap on the screen to wake it up. So that's what that is. The next on the list is always on display, and this will keep the watch always visible. Now, not everything is going to be visible, just the watch. Actually, let's check it out. I'm going to turn it on and tap here. And now if I go to the watch face and I cover it, so it goes to the standby. Let's try it out. So now when the watch goes to standby, the watch is visible, but the brightness is very low. I don't know if you can actually see this here. And yeah, I'm just going to turn it off now. So it definitely works. The problem is that brightness is very low, so I don't know, will you see it on the camera, but it makes sure that it works. Default theme, if you tap here, you have different themes. How do you want always on display to look like? So I'm going to choose this one. And now I'm going to go back to always on display, tap on smart, always on display on. And now if I go back and I cover the watch to make it sleep, here it is. Now I can see always the clock, the date, and the battery. And again, the brightness is super low. I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but I can see it here. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is that always on display is going to cost you a little bit more of battery. Now let's go back. We've covered everything on the display. Let's go to the sound and vibration. Right now, the sound on the notifications, for example, on alarm, you're going to hear the sound and you will have vibration. If you wanted to make silent, so no sound, you can do that here. The next is DND, stands on don't disturb. So similarly, DND is going to cancel out all sounds, but also all vibrations. Then we have the notifications, wake screen upon notifications. So for example, you get a message or an email or something like that. The phone will send it here, and then you will have a vibration which will kind of notify you that you got, or the sound will notify you that you got notification, but the screen is not going to show anything. So when you get notifications, if you want the screen to wake up if it's sleeping and show you the notifications, you want to turn this on. Notify only when phone is locked. So if the phone is locked, we will see later how to lock the phone. This means that notifications will be shown only if the phone is locked. Definitely turn this on. Notify only when worn. So if you can see now the smartwatch is not on my hand, that means that if I get notification, it's not going to show it. If I turn this off, it's going to show it even if it's not on the hand. The next on the list is auto detect. So for example, you can detect that a workout, let's say you start running, but you forget to start the app here. If you turn this on, the smartwatch is going to detect that you're running and it's going to start the app right away for you. So that's what this is. Then we have a button settings. You can see now if I press for half of a second, Alexa starts. If you want to turn this off, you can do that here. Then we have a pin, so we can set a pin for the smartwatch. I'm going to set pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then again I have to confirm it. Okay, now that I have set the pin, once I put the smartwatch on the hand and I take it off the hand, you will have to enter the pin for you to be able to use it, and you can see the small icon here. So if I try to do anything, it says enter the pin first to unlock the smartwatch. So this is just a protection. If someone steals it, they will not be able to do anything with your smartwatch because they'll have to enter a pin first. Okay, so the next thing on the list is the layout. We have here grid and the list. So if we go to the watch face, press the button to go to the apps, we can see now it's a grid. And if I go back to the layout and I change it to the list, now the app list is a list, right? So that's what that is. And the next on the list is battery. So it just shows you battery level, and you can also turn on the battery saver here. The next thing on the list is the system. So if you need to reboot, reset your device, you can do that here. So rebooting will just reboot it. It's not going to disconnect it, or it's not going to delete anything, right? So it's just rebooting. Then we have a power off to turn it off, connect new phone. You can connect it to the new phone, but then you will use connection. Then you will lose connection with this phone. And then you have the option to reset. And this is a factory reset. If you reset it, it's going to delete all of your data and disconnect from the phone. So if you need a factory reset, you will tap on the reset. If you need to just do a reboot, nothing more, you can do that here. And the last thing here is about, this is just some information about the smartwatch. And with this, we are done with the apps and the settings. Now let's check out the widgets. So when you are on the watch face, swiping left or right will take you to the widgets. And these widgets are basically just shortcuts for some of your apps, and they show you a little bit of data sometimes. So you can see here, alarm, timer. If I tap on alarm, it opens this app. Here we have also different apps and data. If I tap here on the weather, it opens the weather app and so on. So these are the widgets. Now you can press and hold on each widget. And once you do that, you can now exchange these widgets for some other apps. So if I tap on this one here, for example, then you can see that I can replace it with some other apps or data. So for this one, I'm going to choose, let's say, events. And now just press on the button and you can see that that's replaced. So you can replace each of the widgets by simply just pressing here and holding, and you can also delete the widget here if you want to do that. Now, widgets are sorted in certain order. You can change that order with the app. So if you go to, again, devices, and then scroll down to the widgets right here, you can see this is the order of the widgets, and you can change that order here. So for example, if I'm on the watch face, if I swipe to the left, this is this widget here, right? It's on the first place on the left. I'm going to now move it by tapping here, holding, and moving it to the third place. Now once this is saved, let's test it out. Here I'm on the watch face, I'm going to swipe left, and you can see now this widget is on the first place. So you can reorder your widgets any way you like. Now let's check out the quick access menu. To do that, while on the watch face, swipe up. And here we have a few options. This is for the raise to wake. So when you raise the watch, now it's not going to show you the watch face. If you turn it on, it's going to show you the watch face. Here you can make it silence so the speaker doesn't work now, or turn that off. This is D&D, and you have options for 1 hour, 4 hours, or scheduled. Then we have an option to use the Find My Phone feature. So again, I can tap here to find the phone. That's the next option is the flashlight. We already saw that too. Then we have the quick access to the settings. The next is wake up for 5 minutes. So for if you need it to stay on for 5 minutes for some reason, you can do that here. You have also here an option for the battery saver to turn it on. I'm not going to do that. And the last option here is when you go, for example, for a shower or swimming, you can turn this on, and this will create a sound which will take the water outside of the speaker. It's going to push the water out. So that's what that is. And the last thing left is the notifications. So let's check that out. To see the notifications while on the watch face, swipe down. So this is how the notifications look like. And you can tap on them. You can only read the title of your email. For example, if you open the email, you can only read the title. You cannot open the email from here, but still you can see that you got a new email and you can get notifications from all the different apps. Now let's see how it looks when you get notifications. First, I'm going to send a notification from WhatsApp. You can see the smartwatch is going to vibrate, it's going to create a sound, and it shows you the notification here on the watch face, and you will be able also to see it here when you're on the watch face. If you scroll down, here it is. If you tap on it, it's just going to open it like this, where you will be able to read the message, but you cannot really reply or anything like that. So this is how it looks when someone calls you. You can see who is calling here, the number, an option to cancel the call, to answer a call, and options of quick reply. So you can send them a message, I'm busy, or something like that. And this is how it looks when the call ends. So you have an option to call back and to dismiss. So that's how it looks when someone calls you directly. Now let's see when someone does that on WhatsApp. So this is a WhatsApp call now with the camera, and we can see again option, pretty much the same options, quick replies, cancel, or answer. So I'm going to cancel this call. Now let's take a look, the same WhatsApp call, but this time we are going to answer the call. And now I'm going to answer the call, and here you can mute your microphone from the smartwatch. You can cancel the call. You have here different options for volume, keypad, and audio. You can say, okay, I want to hear the audio only on the smartwatch, right? Or only on the smartphone. So now the speaker is going to be silenced. And you can see it turned off the option for me to speak through the smartwatch. Now I can speak only through the smartphone. So to answer your question, will you be able to speak with your smartwatch? Definitely. Even if your smartphone is not close by, your smartphone can be in another room. You can hear pretty well through this smartwatch because the speaker is super loud and you can speak through it. So I have tested this out and it works really good. Alright, with this I'm pretty much done with everything when it comes to the smartwatch. Now let's go to the app and just check a few other things that we didn't mention, and you can find them only on the app. So if you scroll down a little bit, you have all of those things. We have already covered them up. So by scrolling down, you will find here, for example, standing reminders. And this is an app that you can turn it on. And when it detects that you are standing for a long time, it's going to vibrate and show you here an option that you should, a message, not an option, that tells you to stand up a little bit because you were sitting for a very long time. So that's what this is. And then we also have here find device. So this time the smartphone is going to use Bluetooth to look for the smartwatch and to find it. So if you tap here and then find device, you will see that now the smartwatch is going to start ringing and you will be able to find it if you lose it. The last two options are emergency call and set the password, and the rest is just standard things. Alright, so with this we are pretty much done. Finally, we have covered every single thing about this smartwatch. I hope that you have learned something here. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day. See you in the next one.